My name is Lauren Clark, and I am going to demonstrate how to use syllable games at home or in the classroom to help with children's word recognition. The definition of a syllable is a unit of spoken language consisting of a single uninterrupted sound formed by a vowel or a diphthong. Syllable games work best when they are used before reading a story. They can be implemented individually, in a small group, or whole class. The purpose of using syllable games is to help students break the word into smaller parts to assist them with an unknown word. The goal is for students to quickly and accurately identify syllables in a word. Once this skill is accomplished, along with other phonological skills, students will have more success when reading. Understanding syllables can also help students learn how to spell words correctly. In order for students to be successful with syllables, it is helpful if students already know the basic concepts of print, language and listening skills, letter knowledge, and letter sounds. I am going to show you 6 different games that you can use to help with students identifying syllables in a word. The first strategy is the most basic and is used very often in kindergarten and first grade classrooms. This is the clapping game. Students will clap one time for each heard syllable in a given word. The teacher or adult will say the word and the students will clap the syllables. The first example is teacher, teacher. The second example is cat, cat. And the third example is paper, paper. The next strategy is very easy to implement as well. This is the stomping game. The student will stomp one foot for each heard syllable in a given word. The teacher will say the word and then the student will stomp out the syllables. The first example is butterfly, butterfly. The next example is kite, kite. And the third example is candy, candy. The next syllable game is when students will jump to each syllable in the word. This game works exactly like the previous 2 games, but instead the students will jump for each syllable. The first example is alligator, alligator. And the next example is ladybug, ladybug. For this next game, students can either be sitting or standing. The teacher will say a word aloud, and then the students will have to say the syllable out loud while touching the designated body parts. For the first syllable in a word, the students will touch their head. For the second syllable in a word, the students will touch their shoulders. And for the third syllable in a word, the students will touch their waist. For the first example, I'm going to use the word tiger, tiger. Another example is octopus, octopus. And the third example is cake, cake. All 4 of these games are very easy to utilize in the classroom or at home because you do not need any other materials. You just need the child. For another syllable game, the student will be given silly putty. The teacher will say the given word aloud and the student will stretch the word and pull apart the silly putty. Then the student will break the word into parts depending on how many syllables are in the word. For the first example, the word is pencil, pencil, pencil. The next example is dog, dog, dog. For the last syllable game, the students will need 4 paper wads and 4 empty trash cans. The students should stand approximately 3 feet away from the trash cans. When the teacher gives them a word, the students will have to throw 1 paper wad into each trash can depending on how many syllables there are. For the first example, the word is pop, pop. The next example is pumpkin, pumpkin. And the last example is watermelon, watermelon. I hope you found these games exciting and motivating and beneficial in your classroom.